Hey guys, it's Leo Stargazer. I'm here today with our sign-specific weekly astrological tarot reading. This is for the week of September 3rd through September 9th, and this reading is for Taurus. Okay, so really quickly, I just want to go over a couple astrological events that are happening that I'm going to be focusing on for today's reading, and that I'm focusing on for the week. And that is that Venus, who's been retrograding in Leo, is going to station direct on Sunday. So everything you've been learning about how love, beauty, and pleasure are related to your roots, to your home, to your foundations, all of that is now that review's over, and you'll be able to move forward with that knowledge and just coast on the fact that you've done all that work and now you know how to incorporate all of those beautiful things into your home. And the other thing that's happening this week is that there is a beautiful Cazimi, a Mercury Cazimi, happening in Virgo. That happens on Wednesday. And this Cazimi is the time to shine a beautiful light and add a ton of warmth and focus to how you've been reviewing the details of pleasure in your life. So I'm very excited about this Cazimi for you in particular, because I think this one's really going to light up your fun sector. This is really going to light up how you experience pleasure. And I think because Venus will be direct by the time this Cazimi happens, it's really a time to have some fun. So I am really excited about this Cazimi for you. But let's get started on the tarot reading. I'm going to be doing a variation of the Major Arcana reading for the Sun, where we're going to be talking about your inner light, your outer radiance, and what might be clouding those things. Because we need to clear out those clouds for this Cazimi, especially you. So let's focus on our intention while I begin my shuffle. And my intention for you today is illuminating pleasure. So illuminating pleasure, the reason I chose that I think is obvious from what I just said. But I really, really think that, like I said, for you, this Cazimi needs to be all about fun. And I just want the Cazimi to be about fun for you. So let's hope that it is. And let's hope that the cards show us exactly how to get there. And what clouds we need to clear away. So let's get started. In the inner light position, the card that I draw is the Five of Wands. Okay, kind of revealing. In outer radiance, King of Swords. Now, what's possibly clouding us? Let's check it out. High Priestess reversed in cloudiness. Okay. So we got a Major Arcana card in reverse. It's a very interesting one too in clouds, but let's get started at the very beginning. Five of Wands in our inner radiance. And remember, this really is focused on this week, specifically that Cazimi, but in general for the week. The Five of Wands in inner radiance is showing me that you potentially this week are thriving with a little bit of competition. I'm not quite sure how that's going to pan out for you. You may know exactly what I'm talking about. I bet you do. If you don't, then be ready to engage in competition. But because it's an inner light and because it's upright, it's showing me that you really are going to enjoy it. So I think sometimes this card can be about conflict. I don't think it is. I think it really is about engaging in what you do best with other people who also do that really well. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. So it's a great time this week. And maybe that's what maybe the Cazimi is showing you that, and this card certainly is, that what you've been learning about pleasure is that maybe some part of you enjoys a little bit of competition right now. And maybe that's just because Mercury's in retrograde. Because I think otherwise you aren't really interested in that. I think normally you would want to keep everything on a really even keel. But it's retrograde, so what are you going to do? I think it definitely is showing me, though, that there is some competition this week somewhere. In outer radiance, you got the King of Swords. So I think, first of all, what that shows me is that in whatever that competition is, you're probably the best. You will win if there is to be a winner. I think this is showing me that you definitely will. You will be in charge. I think the focus, though, is only if you use your intellect, use your smarts, use your knowledge, and be really authoritative about that, especially in that competitive zone, if that's a thing for you. I think really it's showing me, though, regardless of that, you're going to be in charge. You're going to win. You're going to be on top. So that's a really awesome thing to see. But also because these are in these positions of inner and outer radiance, I think there's this idea that it's all positive. That whatever any of that was, that it'll have a positive outcome and you'll be on top. So it'll be even better. But in order for that to happen, and in order for that to actually be positive ultimately, and in order to engage fully with this Kazemi, to let the light shine as brightly as it can on our review, it's the High Priestess reversed. What she's showing me reversed in cloudiness is that while we may be enjoying the competition, we may be enjoying this back and forth, we may be enjoying embracing and sharing and shining really brightly in what we do best, I think she is saying, take the day of the Kazemi at least, on Wednesday, take that day to step away from that. To step away from whatever that is and look inside. So these kind of are cards where, you know, there's an authority, there's this outward focus, but where she's reversed, I think she's saying, turn inward, especially because she's reversed in the clouds. She's saying, turn inward a little bit. Get her upright. Tap into your intuitive side. Use that intuition to guide you. I think if you do that, if you clear the clouds of just this kind of passionate embrace of competitive edge and all of that, if you kind of just take that day, at least Wednesday, to zone in, focus on your intuition, I think whatever you find, however your intuition guides you, I think that's kind of how you end up on top. That's how you end up successful in whatever this is this week. I think that's also how you keep a positive edge to a week that may be pushing you a little outside of your comfort zone. But from what I'm seeing here, you're going to be just fine. Really let this Kazemi light you up. Basically, just do what you do best. Stay focused, stay determined, stay solid, and you'll come out on top. And find out what it is that you are enjoying. Let this Kazemi illuminate what you are enjoying about how this week plays out. Maybe a little bit of competition's fine. Maybe it actually brings you a lot of pleasure. Venus has probably been telling you a lot about that recently. But for now, let the sun shine on what you do best and have fun with it. I'm excited for you this week. Have a good one. I'll see you next week.